Hey, everybody, welcome back. Just a few minutes removed from an incredible conversation with Ryan Krauser, the reigning Olympic champion in the men's shot put. Ryan's advice to young throwers, especially during this time where they may not have access to a ring or a coach, really was not just thoughtful about that high level philosophy, but also really practical, gave some good tips. So I'm not sure exactly how many moms will be happy to see their kids practicing their throwing technique in the kitchen with their socks and a broomstick. But if I'm a track coach, I'm probably pretty happy to hear that. So I want to just say too, as we get started here, we're about to welcome a young star in the sport of track and field, Chloe Abbott, and there she is. Chloe, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Really well. Thanks for taking time, especially in short notice as we start really ramping up our commemoration of the Drake Relays. It really means a lot that you joined us.
Yes.
I know, have a very bright future in our sport and in many ways.
Yes.
But our fans may not be as familiar, as if you've been following along. Yesterday we talked with Devin Allen, who ran in the Olympic finals, Kenny Harrison, the world record holder, Sam, the American record holder, on and on and on. You get the idea. But you're a senior at Kentucky, the NCAA runner-up in the 400. Have run in the Drake Relays both from Purdue and then all in the 200. You're in the 200 in the Open 200 in 2018, and you're the winning 4x2 last year for Kentucky. But one thing that you have that really sets you apart, not only are you an amazing track athlete, but you have a special talent that I've been talking about here a little bit, singer. So I don't want to put you on the spot in this moment, but I hope you're prepared to sing for us at least a little bit. But before you do, will you tell us maybe a favorite Drake Relays memory over the last couple of years when you've come?
Oh my goodness. Well, not my memory personally. Well, not my but what compete last year in the 110 hurdles. That was absolutely amazing. It was one of the best experiences I've ever experienced. It was like, honestly, kind of like a movie, I think. Just like watching everyone get so amped up for watching him like do so well and beat Omar. It was crazy. So that was like one of my favorite experiences for sure.
Yeah. So the Kentucky Wildcats that live in Lexington and are up to speed exactly with what we're talking about. We're talking about Daniel Roberts, who had an incredible performance for Kentucky last year at the Drake Relays in incredibly challenging conditions. It was a tough day, and he showed up, and he beat the reigning Olympic champion. And at that point in time, Omar was the reigning world champion. And I don't know if you know this, Omar McLeod, he was the Drake Relays most valuable performer in both 2015 and 2017. And last year, none of that mattered to Daniel Roberts. He showed up and really won on live on national television, representing the Wildcats very well. So that's really special of you to share that memory and give him that shout out. But I got to ask you this: so you did at the Drake Relays as a Big Ten athlete and as an SEC athlete. You've been at the national championships. You've been all over the country in all the top collegiate meets. How do the Drake Relays compare in your experience?
I mean, it definitely is one of the most like fan-based meets I've ever been to. It's extremely like family-oriented. Everyone loves you. Everyone wants you to do well. It doesn't matter what team you're on. Like, they just want to see great track and field happening. And so that's something that I'm really, really just like grateful to be a part of. It's definitely one of the best meets, regardless of the weather, because the weather is pretty but for the most part, just like being in that environment, everyone cheering for you, like it's honestly definitely comparable to like a big regionals or like SEC meet for me, definitely.
Yeah, well, this may not make you feel better, but it's about 65 or 70 in perfect day. I know all of the college athletes, those in Waco, Texas, Lexington, Kentucky, the athletes, the coaches, they only think that we get rain and cold in Des Moines in April. but it's gorgeous. It's 70 and sunny. This is like perfect weather all week. So it does break my heart, and I do wish that we could all be together. But during this time where you're at home, I know you said you're back in Michigan with your family, which is wonderful. I should have started by asking this: how's your family and how's your time? How are you doing right now this semester?
Well, this semester I'm actually graduating May 8th, so I'm almost done with all of my school stuff. My sister, who actually plays volleyball overseas in Turkey, she's here now, which is amazing because I never get to see her ever. And then my brother Anthony, who plays football in Wisconsin, he's also here now, so we also get to be, so we get to be with him, which is rare. And then my other sister Alexa, she's not here, but she's working, which is a blessing because normally you can't work during this time. And then my other brother, Sean, he's just really doing great in the Navy right now, just like still there. So like, honestly, I am honestly so sorry. I just thought of something really funny with my brother. But for the most part, it is a great experience right now. So I'm really enjoying my quarantine, not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. It's not a lighthearted time for many people, but it really is incredible that you have such an optimistic viewpoint, and you're getting a chance to enjoy such quality time with a sister who's a professional volleyball player that lives overseas, a football playing brother, and then
yes.
While it's less than ideal for all of you, it is probably, and I hope, a time that you're enjoying and a time you'll remember for the rest of your lives. So there's certainly some silver lining. So I've been asking all these professional athletes this question. Truly some of the world's best athletes, and I've asked them all, do you have any advice for college seniors who maybe missed their outdoor season? And so maybe some of that advice was directed to you, really and truly. But what would you say to give some advice or some words of encouragement to other college seniors that are missing this season, and those high school kids that maybe missed the chance to have a breakthrough season?
I definitely think that the best advice I could give is to put in the work still, regardless, whether it be on the track or if you're just like doing abs and weird circuits in your basement. Like, as long as you're just staying active with what you want, then like I feel like that's the best advice I can give regarding sports. But like, this is also a really great time to learn what you want to do. I've been thrown so many different opportunities in my face for the past couple of weeks now since quarantine, and I've finally had enough time to just like sit and figure out what is my next move, like what am I going to be doing next? Like, what do I really love? What's my passion? So like, regardless of the fact that, our season got taken away. Yes, we can't graduate. No, we can't run on tracks. Like, there's so many positives in just like finding yourself and getting into your faith or whatever you're into. So my advice would just be to really like enjoy yourself and do what you want, and grow during this time for sure. Even though it's pretty sad, there's a lot of negatives, but I have to find the positives.
I got to give a shout out here. Brittany just joined. Brittany's the reigning world championship silver medalist. Brittany, we got to get you on Instagram today too. Here, send me a text. I'll connect with you. And it's so great to see you. Thanks for joining us here. That's Brittany Brown, an Iowa Hawkeye, a friend of the Drake Relays, and somebody that very special to me. We're looking forward to seeing her run the Blue Oval again very soon.
Yes, Brittany.
Yes, fantastic. Someone that I'm sure you look up to, someone I admire. She's such a class act, an incredible athlete. But so as we talk about, you likely competed against each other at some point in the Big Ten when you were at Purdue, and when she was an incredible athlete at Iowa. So I got to ask you, I know coach at Purdue, and then he went to Kentucky. A friend of mine named Lonnie Green. Tell me, you got to tell me something about my friend Lonnie.
Rolando Green.
He's a good friend. Truly an incredible coach. And I'll tell you, you may not know this, Chloe, you may not know that he is the first person that ever let me announce a track meet at the college level. So he got me into college announcing. So I announced, do you know Chuck McElchee from Purdue?
Yes, absolutely.
I got to announce Lambert Fieldhouse facility record about every time he threw. And I got to know Coach McBride, and I got to know all of those coaches that are at Purdue, and they did a wonderful job. Coach Elliott, who's still there, doing a terrific job with the Boilermakers. And at that point in time, I was living in Indianapolis and not working for a school, so I was allowed to say Boiler up and really get behind the Boilermakers. But then I've been very grateful for the friendship with Coach Green. But I'm hopeful you can give me something that I can use to embarrass him in the future.
Yeah, I mean, me and Rolando, yes, he is the guy, the only man that I want to follow when it comes to track and field. He is amazing, and him giving you that start doesn't surprise me at all. That's just him. He's a giving man, but he is a fool. He definitely. There are a few things he's done. I'm not gonna rat about fully, but like over the 5 years of us knowing each other, I think the most safe thing to say on here, but also the most embarrassing. He used one of my teammates, Faith Ross. She has wigs, a lot of different wigs, and so my coach, she took off her wig after a hot day of practice, and my coach put it on and like started walking it and like walking around with it. It was actually so funny. Like I have videos. It's hilarious. Yes. And he like when he saw your recording, he like ripped it off. I was like, oh my gosh! But yeah, he's a fool. He's a fool.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna even mention that to him. I'll let this interview stand as it is. So I got to ask you this. So when I had some friends that he coached at Arkansas, and I've known Lonnie since I was 18 or 19 because his brother Tones coached at Missouri State where I went to school. So I've known Lonnie and his family for a long time, and he truly is a good friend and a mentor to me. And I love talking to his athletes because one of the questions, even since the 90s, I got to ask you this: how many times in the last 5 years has he called you baby girl?
Oh, I can't even. He called me that today, like, and yesterday we were on the phone, and probably the day before that. Like, it's literally like everyone's name. It's ridiculous.
It's probably a million times a year he uses that. I swear he'll start calling me baby girl. Hey, baby girl. You know, so great.
He knows when to cut it off. That's hilarious. So, he actually calls me like Hollywood a lot of the times. It's actually really funny. That's like his name for me.
Well, that's a fitting transition here because I know you have special gifts. You've shown those special gifts by winning the Drake Relays title last year. Running at the highest level in the NCAA, truly one of the best young athletes in America in the college system. But based on what I've heard you sing at the national anthem, at some in Rupp Arena and some other events, you also are one of the most promising young singers that I know of as well. Would you be willing to share a little bit of that with your fans and ours today?
Yes, I can sing a little bit.
A little bit, please, pretty please, on behalf of all the fans here in Des Moines, on behalf of my dear friend Lonnie Green, will you sing us a little something? Not the national anthem. You can if you want, because this will be the first Saturday in at least 54 years that we haven't had a sellout crowd in Drake Stadium, and we haven't had a national anthem, so it would be appropriate. But anything that you'd like to sing would be just wonderful.
Okay. I'll sing a little bit of my followers like the song Comfortable by her. So I'll do that. It'll be a little snippet. Cause I feel so comfortable with you. Lay your head on my pillow, babe. With you, cause you feel so comfortable now.
No, that's gorgeous. That was fantastic.
Got all over the place, but
that was really special. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really wonderful. Yeah, that's for sitting in your kitchen and just impress. That was really special. Thanks for sharing that with our fans and with yours. I promised you from the beginning, my goal is to keep these 15 minutes or less. I'm never successful at that. I will encourage the many, many fans. If you have a quick question, we'll take one. And if you can toss it up quick, we'll take one question. Boy, we've got a lot of folks join. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
It's okay.
A lot of folks join.
My sister.
Is that your sister?
Yeah. It's my sister. Yeah. She's great.
That's what families are for.
That's why I was laughing earlier because she like popped up in the middle of nowhere, started like dancing, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're so distracting! Like, stop."
Oh, she just did that to you, and then she went and commented on Instagram Live. Man, she needs to go back to Turkey.
She does. She absolutely does. No one wants her here, so she can leave. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But
So with that, aside from getting after Sydney, your sister, the volleyball player, could you have any part? Oh, there he is, the man, the legend. We've just been teasing him. What was it like to be on that Drake Relays record 4x4? You know, and I'll tell you this. I know Coach Green followed that record closely because his athletes at Arkansas had said it before, and then his athletes at Purdue said it, and you were one of those. Tell us what it was to be part of that Drake Relays history.
I mean, it was really more so about Coach Green. I mean, because Coach Green wanted it so bad, and we were like, you know what? Let's just do it so we don't have to run this. So you don't have to run a 4 and 4 at the next meet. But like for the most part, it was actually really amazing. Like the crowd was crazy. Our team was just getting geared up for like nationals. So like it was kind of like a great prerequisite to like the actual national meet. So that was huge for us. And then Coach Green getting that satisfaction, seeing that he was the reigning champ both years at 2 different schools. Like he was the motivation for that. So no matter what, like it was really for him regardless.
We had some fun at Coach Green's expense, but not. And we've both said how much it means to us personally. But really, Coach Green is one of many college coaches. Mike Turk at Illinois, Joey Woody at Iowa, Martin Smith at Iowa State, and Brett Halter at Missouri. And I could go on and on and on. So many university coaches that are leaders in our sport hold that same special place in their heart for the Drake Relays. So. And what it always means a lot to me is when athletes like you, the way you just said, that you did it for Coach Green. Well, you did it for the Drake too, and you did it for our fans because everybody loves a record. Mike J. loves announcing those records and really celebrating those. So thank you for sharing that memory. As we wrap up here, do you have any maybe words of advice or encouragement that to your fans and to ours as we let you get back to your Saturday afternoon?
Keep on working on yourself. Enjoy this time. If you don't want to wake up and do anything, then don't wake up and do anything. Just stay in bed, whatever. But if you feel motivated to do something, get up and get it done. Like this is a great time to have an opportunity to choose. So that's all I can say.
Chloe, I can promise you that tomorrow I'm going to take that stay in bed advice to heart. I'm going to stay in bed tomorrow. I'm going to sleep after all these Instagram interviews and commemorating the Drake Relays. But thank you very much to everybody joining us here. Thank you, Chloe Abbott, for sharing some very personal memories about the Drake Relays, some aspirations for the future, and more than anything, thanks for sharing some of your very special musical talent with us as well. So, Chloe, we will.
Thank you.
You gained some fans today here in Des Moines and around the world. There's no doubt. So, thank you, and best of luck to you in the future.
Bye. Okay. Thank you,
Chloe. So, as Chloe takes off, goes back to her Saturday with her family and her wonderful sister Simone. I'm sure that'll be an interesting sibling conversation this afternoon.